Hello, fellow filmophiles. Are you frequenting the media platforms looking for that next special podcast that'll get you in the mood or find you the right movie to watch for your special night? Well, guess what? You should check out Torn Reels with Andy as the host and his brother Sean as the co-host. You can never go wrong with whatever subject they bring up next. Wake up, bitches. It's Shark Week. And welcome to another fantastic episode of Our Corner, the only podcast that doesn't need a bigger boat. I'm your host, Aaron. With me today is the main man himself,
Sean.
Sean,
Yes.
we talked earlier this week, and you want to know the one event that gets me excited every summer?
Shark Week.
Shark Week.
Yeah,
Fucking
I like
Shark Week.
Shark Week is pretty dope.
Sharks are, in fact, one of my favorite animals.
That's your problem.
Yeah, it is, dude. I actually do. I do love sharks. Growing up, I learned a lot about them. So imagine my fucking excitement when I realized that there is a subgenre of exploitation films called sharksploitation.
Sharksploitation.
Sharksploitation, man. And we're not talking like Jaws. We're talking like Sharknado.
I don't know why, but that sounds like a category of porn, like sharksploitation.
It basically, it kind of fucking is. And the reason is
Like
because it's
abused
people
gag
who
sharks.
are...
Hammerhead BDSM.
Hashtag nurse shark.
Nurse Shark took on a whole different fucking thing.
That's fucking wild, fam. Don't look that up online.
Don't Google Nurse Shark.
You fucking sick bastards.
Sick fucks.
Ugh.
Whale Shark. That's for that's the BBWs,
That's
bro.
them chubby chasers.
That's them big women.
You over there looking thick with that fin.
That's fucking great.
That's so gross, dude. Anyway, so sharksploitation, just to kind of give you an idea, is the subgenre of exploitation that primarily goes around shark attacks and including sharks.
With an age gap. We like to be kinky with our sharks.
Yeah. So to give you an idea of some of the films that kind of give you those sharksploitation, the initial mind comes to like Jaws, which caused that huge ruckus, right?
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea is one. Here's one that's come out more recently.
If you say
47
Sharknado,
meters
I'll throw
down.
you. Oh, 47 meters down?
47 meters down. The Meg is one. Shark Night. Those videos, those shows or movies and stuff like that come out are sharksploitation. So movies or TV shows like Discovery puts on that has like they're searching for the Meg, and this is like the fucking 50th year that they're doing it. That's sharksploitation. We know that they're not going to find anything, but it's such an exciting thing for people to watch because there's potential.
Also, how many people actually went to see the Meg for the shark and not for Jason Statham? I was looking at Jason Statham the whole time.
They said Jason Statham in a wetsuit, and I saw a lot of bitches going.
Yeah. I was one of them bitches. I be them bitches. I was like, yeah, transporter wet, let's do it.
But let's take a look here and just kind of get the idea, right? So when you look back to it, right, what makes people really kind of jump into the whole sharksploitation where they love it? Like, Meg was Jason Statham. Like, let's fucking give it up, right? But when you look at, like, people's fascination, because let's be honest, a lot of people are fascinated by how sharks act and stuff like that, and that comes from a point of us not knowing.
You've been hanging around with the wrong people, my guy. Most people I know are terrified of sharks.
A lot of people are terrified of sharks, but that's what prompted a lot of the actions that happened after Jaws. If you remember, there was a lot of like shark hunters that went out with like kill sharks, bring them back, get paid. And they brought a lot of the species close to where they had to basically be like, hey, don't do this. Like even the producers and stuff like that had to come out and be like, hey, look, it was just a movie. This ain't real. Like,
Yeah. Which was kind of a lie. It was real, but it was based on a bullhead shark rather than... Wait, was it a bullhead shark?
I think it was a tiger shark that actually, no.
No, it was a bullhead. It was a bullhead.
No, it was a rogue great white shark that hit Maui or like
They're not
one
called
of the...
bullhead sharks. They're called bull sharks. What a fucking moron I am.
There's a handful of instances that actually combine the sharks together, and this is one of them was a bull shark. It was a bull shark that was able to swim in fresh water and took out a kid.
Which is actually funny because actually a prominent factoid there is that now most bull sharks are actually also in fresh water. You have just as high of a likelihood of running into them in the ocean as you would in like the Mississippi River.
Absolutely.
Or like, you know, the the lakes in the United States and streams and stuff.
Absolutely. But the other thing that came from Jaws was also tiger shark attacks and great white attacks.
Yeah.
The great white attacks are more rare, but when they have a rogue great white shark, it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Now,
Just to be clear, great white sharks stay in the ocean. Bull sharks are the ones that run it.
bull sharks are the only ones that can go saltwater and freshwater.
So for all those suicides over here by St. Louis, just to let you know, you're not going to die from the impact of the water. You're going to die from being eaten.
Yeah. And in addition here, what I want to make you aware of is the distinction between the two. Everybody knows what a great white shark looks like. They're fucking great, they're white, and they're fucking massive.
They're great. They're white.
There's no, but
That was the most white pride thing I've ever heard from your lips.
they're great, they're white, they're friendly. Just
Salute. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, I thought you were going to do it. I was like, don't do it.
No, why would you think I would do that?
I don't know. I was just like, wait, you moved. I was like, wait, stop.
Why would you think that I would do something like that? It's not in my character, yeah.
I forgot that you have conflicts with them. But anyway. keep going.
No. Tiger sharks have a couple different distinct features, one of which is that their faces are more kind of squared out versus the actual great whites being pointed.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is because great white sharks, as we know, breach the water to attack, whereas tiger sharks come up straight forward, so they don't need that. The other thing is the pattern distinction. Great white sharks are white at the bottom, and they have that kind of that dark shading on the top because they're the ambush predator.
Right.
Tiger sharks have the stripes to help blend them in the murky waters where they primarily hunt. The other distinction is tooth size, where the great white sharks is just this giant fucking triangle. The actual tiger sharks is actually jagged and kind of curved to help kind of cut through everything. That's why tiger sharks are known as the garbage cans of the ocean, because they eat everything.
And also, we can't forget about the most important thing. They have stripes like a tiger.
Absolutely. That's something I brought up that blends into that murky water environment. But that's really where people come in confusion, because great white sharks are not nearly as aggressive as tiger sharks.
Yeah, no. Great white sharks are actually kind of docile.
Yeah. It's strictly because of their size and the fact that when they do attack, that it causes extreme amounts of damage, that they're put higher up there.
Although I've seen a phenomena, and it's really fucking terrifying. As we know, great white sharks breach and they come out of the water a little bit to eat their prey and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the unfortunate witness of seeing one jump out and grab something in the air and then jumped in. After that, I, profusely shit myself and then left and said, I will never be near an ocean again.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that thing jump out of the water. I was like, no, this is not for me. I'm a jelly bean. I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like, I was going to start surfing, and then I saw that, and I was like, no.
And it happens a lot. The reason
What?
why, well, no, the reason why
What?
that,
Don't
the
tell me
reason
that.
why, the number one reason why surfers get attacked is a handful of reasons, and one of which is the most important. It's misidentification.
Yeah.
At the bottom there, looking up, they look like a seal because that's how seals are shaped.
It's a fat joke, man.
Not just that, but when a shark attacks, its eyelids cover its eye. So it only takes that quick snapshot before it attacks to protect its eye. Once it gets a hold of you, its taste buds react negatively. It's been proven that they bite, but they let go.
Yeah, they usually bite and let go.
The only time that doesn't happen is typically when you get those rogue sharks that are like, no, I'm hungry, I haven't eaten.
Yeah.
Your snack. Like, now, the thing is that is it exaggerated? It's greatly exaggerated, actually. There's people out there, and the reason why it's such a huge phenomenon is because we're looking at an apex predator that we don't know a lot about how they behave, right?
Apex.
So, like, we don't know their mating habits. We don't know where they go at certain times. We've even had to go so far as to attract you fucking prick. But they have a mystery to them. Like, they're one of the animals that we can't just fucking observe year round, because at some point they fucking disappear. Like, yeah, we track them, but they're gone.
Yeah.
We can't see what they're doing.
It is dope, though, that we have a whole week dedicated to sharks, though.
I love Shark Week, dude.
They're apex. When those apex predators.
Apex.
Apex predators.
When those apex predators.
Those apex pedophiles. I'm sorry, you took the... Say what? PDF files. Oh, dude, it is.
First of all,
That's dope.
They're called Apex maps. All right.
Apex maps. No, stop. No, but fucking, I, it was. I've only experienced Shark Week a few times. Most of the times that I experienced Shark Week, I experienced it up front, where they're like telling you, "Hey, there's avid sharks in this area. Don't do that." And I know it sounds stupid, but it's really not. There's a place called Channel Islands, and they offer kayak rides, so you can buy kayaks and stuff like that, right? Or rent kayaks and stuff, and they let you paddle out on the dock and then go into like a little cave and all that stuff, and then come back out, right? It's a nice little thing. It's funny because we were getting ready and we were sitting down in our kayak, and the guy stopped us and said, "Hey, they have the wrong life jackets on. We need to get them the other ones." And the guy was like, "Oh, that's right. It's the wrong ones." So they got us out and they gave us the ones that have shark repellent. And it's like, remember, it's Shark Week, so they're in. Like the guy was like being dead serious. This person like they're inwards, so we have to make sure that they have the shark repellent in case they fall.
Yeah.
Like it's not super deep, but also like, like you had to be careful. And as I was kayaking, I just see a fucking fin, and I was like, I need to leave. I need to be gone right now. What the shark repellent makes you smell like a seal?
The other vests were the fucking seal scented ones. They were like, oh, sorry, those are the bite vests, my guy. Hang on.
Do you want shark repellent or T-bone steak? Which one would you like? Just don't worry, it's Shark Week. How am I gonna kayak with the chainmail on? But yeah,
the actual number one like most aggressive species of shark is actually mako sharks.
that's fucking hilarious. They're small though.
They're small, but they're vicious.
You can punch them in the face and they'll die.
But they're vicious. That's the thing, is that like everybody is like, they're shaped to. Well, no, I'm sorry, not the most aggressive. They're the fastest of the species. That's the one I'm talking about. My bad. Alternative fact.
Yeah, dude. The most aggressive is bull sharks.
Most aggressive is bull sharks.
They're assholes.
Yep, and they'll avidly go out and like fucking they'll eat people. Like they'll eat anything, but they aggressively hunt everything.
They're the polar bears of the fucking shark world.
Solid assholes, man. But the other thing is that when we talk about Shark Week and shark exploitation, imagine you've already played games where you're the actual shark. You know what I'm saying? Like you've played like Maneater. You've probably played fucking Jaws Unleashed.
No.
Neither one of those?
I'm terrified of sharks, bro.
Really?
It popped out of the water and ate something.
Was it you?
No.
Well, then I wouldn't be worried.
Well, I wouldn't be afraid if it was me. I'd be dead.
Well, then there you go. So there's really no two ways about it, right?
No, it's terrifying. I saw a fucking thing.
I think your
jump
fear
out
is
of the
irrational.
water. No, it's not irrational. It's completely rational.
No.
What?
When I went to the Boston Aquarium and I saw these things up close, they're fucking amazing.
Yeah, I saw them in the wild jump out of the air and eat something in the sky.
It's kind of the same.
Not real. You're gonna make me hit you. No, that's fucking terrifying. I hate.
You guys got this on fucking. You guys got this on recording. He threatens me like this all the time.
Bro, I hate fucking sharks, dude. Like respect. Like I get them. They're natural. They're nature. I get it. All right, whatever. Bro, they're horrible and terrifying. Those things will eat you.
I love sharks, dude. The more that you talk about them, the more that I'm just like, I do love sharks.
Well, when you get bitten by one, I will look at you and be like, it's trying to show you that it loves you.
It doesn't, but I get it. Like, you love something that doesn't love you back. It's a very toxic thing. I love sharks, and fucking sharks don't love me, dog.
My whole life with my family.
Anyway, so it's come to a point where it's almost like absurdity now, right? Like, it's a running joke that sharks attacks, like, they're fucking everywhere, you know? Like, the running joke being is that, like, you can be attacked by a shark fucking anywhere. It's not just the water anymore, right? Like, you used to have to make a movie. There have to be some sort of reason why the sharks are attacking, or the shark is going crazy. Deep Blue Sea is the one where they like genetically altered the shark, and it became smarter to hunt them.
I'm gonna stop real quick and go back. And you said what now about that? You can't be killed everywhere with sharks. The only place that we used to fear them was saltwater, and bull sharks were like, hey.
No, I said,
and then went into freshwater.
The running joke is, along, of course, with the shark exploitation films.
Ain't no joke, bro. There's a lot of people with one arm and half a stomach that would disagree with you.
Yeah, but they're already in Alabama, so they're probably born that way.
Why do they have to be in Alabama, you selfish fuck?
They're in the south.
Do you know there was a surfer that got attacked by 2 at the same time?
They fought over him.
Bro, he was coming up on a wave and one hit him at the bottom, and then the other one came up top and hit him in the head. I was like, yo, they had beef.
They did not like that motherfucker.
They were up. You bitch. Right as I said they had beef, my tech guy was like, literally.
Hey, Gintech, avalanche sharks.
Hey, I do have a question though.
What's up?
You know that surfer that lost her arm, how does she balance? It's uneven. Like, how do you surf and still balance with the? It's not even. You got this shit dragging.
One-handed.
You can't.
Well, I mean, she does.
She can hang 5 and maybe a half, cause that nub. Bro, that was so funny. They made a movie of that, and they're like, this is supposed to gain sympathy for sharks and people. I was like, I feel bad for neither.
I have no sympathy for the sharks in those movies, dog. In real life, I love sharks. In movies, I don't give a fuck about sharks.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is that, like, keep in mind, I'm just gonna list off some titles for you to kind of fall in line with that shark exploitation bullshit, and you're just give me a scale of 1 to 10 about how irritated that you are about that. Ready? Jurassic Shark.
Horrible.
Okay. Trailer Park Shark. I'm
We're
serious.
gonna stop this right now.
No.
Right
I've got
We're
3
stopping.
more.
No.
Trailer Park Shark.
You say you have 3 more. I say you have none more. Move it on. Trailer
Santa
Park Shark.
Jaws.
What?
Santa Jaws.
Anyway, so Shark Week has a different type of history, especially with those types of movies. Not those ones particularly, but decent ones.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Actually, there's no decent ones except for Jaws. Fuck. Okay, keep going.
Dino Shark.
Dino Shark.
Swamp Shark.
I do have to say,
Sharktopus.
you remind me of Bubba right now from fucking Forrest Gump. Shrimp kebabs.
Just going
Stir-fried shrimp.
There's all sorts of things you can do with sharks. Zombie shark.
Zombie shark.
Sharkula.
Shark.
Franken
Please
shark.
Please stop. Anyway, the point is, there's no Franken shark. There's done.
Sharks in space.
Let's talk about Deep Blue Sea. Let's talk about the
Sharkenstein.
Deep Blue Sea movie. I like that movie. Do you like that movie?
I love that movie, but you want to know something?
That the bikini scene was completely unnecessary.
It was absolutely unnecessary.
There's no reason for that
She
bikini
was just like,
scene.
I'm gonna strip down real quick, and we were like, we're not gonna stop you, but why?
Even the shark was like, weird flex, but I'm gonna eat you now.
That's fucking cool. I guess that saves me the trouble of all the fiber I'm digesting.
Which I didn't get. She was like, oh, if I wear this wetsuit, it might start a current. But you're wet.
So if you don't wear the wetsuit, it will stop the current.
Like, I don't know what's happening with.
I don't know. I just know that for some reason, in their minds, it made sense.
And then for some odd reason, they set you up to have Samuel L. Jackson be like, oh, fuck, I couldn't say his name. Samuel L. Jackson. You set him up to be like this great fucking like leader type guy, and he gets eaten midway through explaining his story about how he ate like 3 of his friends.
Yeah, man. Shit's wild.
None of that movie made sense. And then the fucking chef was my favorite character in that movie, though.
What was it, LL Cool J?
Yeah, it was LL Cool J. He was fucking hilarious. He understood everything. He was like, I'm out. It's like, yeah, we're all out.
Yeah.
We all should have been.
He was like, Lord, send me a sign, and a bottle passed by. He's like,
I'll take it,
man.
I'll take it.
What is it? I think my favorite part is that a lot of people think that in Deep Blue Sea, it is great whites that they use.
Yeah, no, it's bull sharks.
Nope, it's makos.
Oh, it's makos. That's right.
They
They're
use
makos.
genetically altered makos, and they use them and enhance their size and their brain power.
That's
so
right.
They
They're
can cure
makos.
Alzheimer's. And then even one of the characters is like, "See, you start fucking with the sharks, and now they're fucking with us back."
Yeah.
Like,
He ate the dude. That fucking scene where the shark eats the fucking scientist's arm was crazy. I was like 4 when I saw it. No, I wasn't. I was like 9, but still.
you want to know what's fucking hilarious?
What?
The first time I saw Jaws was when I was like fucking 5, and then my parents took us to the beach the next day.
And hang on. I resent you saying the fact that there's not that many shark attacks. There's literally in Shark Week, there's like a new series of like the top 46 all-time fucking shark attacks, and none of them have been repeats, my guy. None of them. So that means for every year since like 1990, they've been fucking coming out with at least 47 attacks.
Yeah, but they have to keep fucking. They have a shit ton of like actual shark attacks they use since the 90s. So like in 30 years, you're like, top 10 shark attacks every year, right? Every
Top
year for 30
46.
top 46. Top 46, right?
Yeah, I
Out
don't know
of
why they had a
fucking-
random 6.
at 30 years, there's multiple, there's everybody knows that shark attacks are out there. That people get attacked. There's lots of them that happen.
Didn't you
What
hear
I'm
about
saying
no
is,
repeats, bro?
yeah, but listen to this.
And they get greenlit for the next season. It's like,
because they do have to go over fucking shark attacks, man.
do you think that they just put people and they go, we're just gonna throw sharks at you because we need content for the last like 4 or 5 episodes?
Yeah,
I would say that. I think
I would
so.
say that.
See that?
Here's what I would think. I think what they should do is they should do that thing where like we take like violent offenders, and then we strap them to like the boats and stuff like that, drag them out where the sharks are. See what I'm saying? Like, and then we have ourselves a show.
No, that's worse than my cold pack comment in the last podcast. That was worse than that, and slightly.
We could do it like just on Shark Week though.
Just on
once a
Shark
week-
Week.
Once a week.
See, you remind me of all those like women who are like, oh, it's only men who are serial killer. Have you all seen Snapped? It's like 32 seasons of at least 40 episodes each that prove every one of those motherfuckers completely wrong.
Look, shark attacks happen. Okay, they do. I'm
Women
not.
attacks
I'm not
happen, too.
discrediting.
Women attacks happen too.
Yeah,
Quite vigorous.
I would rather be in the ocean with a shark than with a woman.
But
How did
vibes.
she get out there?
Vibes. Vibes, bro. I would much rather.
And I choose the shark.
I choose the shark. It will stop nagging after it bites me.
Yeah. I do
Mother-
not trust women in the ocean. This shit,
Yeah.
way too much shit happens. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just telling you for the 3rd time that it's had a conversation and it said that it can't fucking see you during the day. It's like, but you didn't tell me that. You know what I mean? No, Gabby didn't do that. It was my ex-girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend. She knows.
Oh my
Hi.
god.
She knows. She knows. She knows. But yeah,
Oh my god.
I'd rather be in the ocean with the shark.
I'd rather be in the ocean with a shark.
Yeah. Although Jintech brings up a good point. If you were randomly in the middle of the ocean and saw a random girl pass by, I'd be more concerned that there's a random girl pass by.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought he said that.
No, I said that.
Oh, yeah, no, I'd be completely concerned. I'd be like, how'd you get here? Why didn't you stop? Why didn't you tell him to wait longer?
How are you swimming so fast?
Why didn't you come get me? Like, you know what I mean?
That's fucking weird. Why are you swimming this way?
Yeah.
You clearly had an objective before I got here.
Yeah. You were going to do something. You were going to bitch at a shark. That's what you were going to do. You were going to bitch at a shark.
Fuck, man. Can you imagine having the audacity?
Bitching at a shark?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be horrible. I wouldn't.
It's just it doesn't listen.
It might eat me. Fuck that. But no,
Or it might
What is-
swim the fuck away.
what is your favorite Shark Week show?
You're gonna hate me because you just brought this up, but I love the shark attack videos.
Of course you do. Of course
I
you
love
fucking do.
I love the history behind a lot of the reasons why people went out and did what they did. Because what happened is that it did get blown up proportion because of these shark movies and because of these like TV shows and documentaries placing sharks as kind of like evil beings to be feared and shit like that.
Right.
So a lot of places that were like more oceanside wise or more tropical would like get people to hunt sharks and stuff like this. And I brought this up a little earlier on. But what they were doing is that people were telling you like, hey, like you can't go out and just hunt fucking sharks.
Right.
Like there's an ecosystem, and we've been saying that for years, and people have been saying that for years. There's an ecosystem. Like you can't just fucking take 100 sharks because then you disrupt the balance of shit.
Yeah.
And they did, and they saw a huge kickback on that.
Well, I still do. But
It's never fully recovered, but they're doing better.
what is the worst part for you about Shark Week?
I hate the oversaturation of documentaries that come out that really don't give you any sort of new information. They sort of just copy themselves. And when I say that, they'll have like a back-to-back one where it talks about like sharks, their evolution, right? Like how they got to how they got, where they reside. And then you'll have one that'll go back and be like prehistoric sharks and sharks now. And I'm like, well, motherfucker, we just watched that an hour ago.
Hey, I have a question, and it's going to be very, very, very weird to you.
What's up?
How would you differentiate that show?
That's the point.
There's only one evolved, like, strain. So unless they randomly sprouted legs midway through, the documentaries are going to be, like,
So
pretty consistent, my guy.
there's actually There's actually different forms of prehistoric sharks, which they do cover. What I'm saying is that like the evolutionary chain that they start from on one and work down versus because they cover the same thing. They'll be like, this prehistoric shark does this, which these two sharks are known for. And then they'll go back and talk about prehistoric sharks and their behavioral patterns from what science can tell us.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so that's where it's like you're not really adding anything new.
Yeah.
And I mean, played in reverse where one comes before the other, it's like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But they never do that.
Right.
The other thing is that the use of like my biggest thing is, and one of the ones that I love is I always love the hunt for the megalodon.
Yeah. I like that one too. I like the megalodon one.
Those ones are really cool. But the other thing is that there's only so much time you can hunt for this motherfucker before you're like, what's the average lifespan of a fucking shark?
Yeah, but like stuff like that, like I don't know. To me, I guess megalodon and stuff, like I guess me and Tyler talked about it on our podcast as well, where we're like, I don't really believe in that stuff because it's been so far since we've seen that existence of that species.
Yeah.
That the fact that people think it still exists is kind of a little ridiculous, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really seen too many evidence on it, so I can't really like differentiate very well.
There's fucking issues that come in hand too. Like there's legitimate things, like there's legitimate videos of like something giant fucking causing like ships to tip over when it snatches like fucking prey, and it typically happens at night. But the other thing is that there's a lot of fucking photos out there of like a submarine and then like a dorsal fin that's fake.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if something does occur, you can't be like, oh, well, that's fucking strange. And the one I'm speaking of is like, there's a video of like an actual, like, I think it was like a shark rescue thing or something like that, where they're getting ready to save a great white, and then something comes by and snatches that fucking shark.
Yeah.
Or prey or whale or what the fuck ever they were doing at that time. And the fucking boat starts to tip, and the one thing the dude does is he cuts the fucking line. And I think this was out in Mexico. Like, this was out in the Gulf of Mexico where they can kind of do this sort of thing often. And they were like, what is that? And if you don't know, Mexico has this thing called the Black Demon, which is the cryptid version of the megalodon.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people think it is. Guy goes, yeah, no. He goes, we've had this happen before where shit like that has happened. Now, no one can fucking prove it. The only thing that exists is that particular video, which that could have been anything.
Yeah.
That could have been another shark that grabbed the shark.
A bigger shark.
Yeah.
Or it could have been a whale that got snagged.
Yeah. And then you cut the line.
Yeah.
For all we know, they could have, like, the actual, like, line could have got snagged on a rock formation.
Yeah.
And started tipping the boat.
I actually think you're going to like this because my least favorite part about Shark Week, or pretty much sharks in general, is actually the fact that they have this soup called shark fin soup.
Ah, man.
I hate that one.
There's no point to it.
That's my least. And I know it's not as big as like
you don't
or
even
as exciting
eat the
and all this
fin.
stuff. Yeah, well, I mean, no, you do eat the fin. That's the thing. You do eat the fin, but okay. For people who don't know out there, before all this, I was a chef, so I know how to make a lot of these dishes that people don't like or people like or whatever, right?
Like other people.
No,
He's got his own secret recipe.
no, but there's this soup.
Look it up. Sean's Little Black Book Cooking.
There- there's this recipe for shark fin soup. Basically, what they do for people who are not aware, they grab the shark and they cut off all the fins, and then they dump the shark back in still alive, without all the fins, since it can't regrow, and it can't move.
It dies.
It dies. So unfortunately, they take it. They don't even use the rest of the shark. Most of the time, they just drop it. Whatever. Let me tell you how the soup is prepared. The soup is prepared with a few pieces of vegetable,
Mm-hmm.
a ton of chicken broth, and the fins are also marinated in chicken broth. So at the end of the day, when you cook the soup and you present it to the person, and you put a little bit of fish broth. I'm sorry. When you get there and you put it in there, it tastes like chicken. So in reality, that shark fin soup could have been any protein in the middle. And because it doesn't even taste like shark, and I've had shark, it doesn't taste like shark. It doesn't taste like anything.
It's the dumbest shit in the world.
It's a stupid dish, and they charge you $32 to eat it.
Suck a dick. For $32, you better love me long time too, motherfucker.
The fact that they're Asian, you asshole. Dick. I know, but
That's fucking wild, dude. $32 for chicken noodle soup with a shark fin in it.
Yeah.
Bitch, Macaroni and Cheese been making fucking SpongeBob looking ass noodles, and they don't charge $32.
Yeah, for real. Chef Boyardee, bro. Holla at you.
Fuck.
Campbell's.
Shit's dumb.
But it's a really dumb soup, and like and people are like, oh, you're mad at soup. Yeah, I am, because you kill so many sharks for something that doesn't matter, dude. Like, and I know I probably brought it up last time we did a Shark Week episode, or the last time that we spoke about like fucking Jaws or whatever. And I know I bring it up, and I'm gonna bring it up forever, but that's a problem, dude. Like, people shouldn't do that. Like, as much as I'm terrified of sharks, you don't need to fucking kill them. Like, they're fucking animals, bro. Like, they feel shit. They eat you. They tear you apart. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, but you're in their environment.
Yeah,
dude.
you're
Like,
in their environment.
It's not like you just walked out into your living room and there's a fucking shark waiting for you.
Yeah,
like,
I'd be upset. I'd be like, bro, kill
like,
it.
hey, bitch, you cut me off in traffic. Like, no, dude, that's not how that works.
Yeah, if there was a random great white if there was a mako chilling on your armchair, I'd be like, bro, kill it.
Yeah.
Like, kill it. But if you go into their environment, you're arrogant enough to be like, oh, I can go in their environment and I'll be all right. Like, don't get mad when it does something to you, bro. I don't know. I'm a big animal guy without being vegan and shit, but I'm also at the same time I'm very terrified at shit that I'm not very aware. I'm a human, and I'm very aware of that. I love bears, but I'm not gonna go out there looking for one. You know what I mean?
I like bears too.
Like, I like eating elk, and I like looking at elks. They're beautiful.
But I'm not gonna fucking go and approach an elk.
Of course not. That dude
No.
will stab me and then hold me on his horns until
Like-
the next mating season.
Like, I love the idea of Shark Week, and I love learning about sharks. I really do love like even the sharksploitation movies, because they're dumb, but they're like, there's only so much. Like, sharks do one thing: they just breach and attack.
Yeah,
like,
they
and
eat you.
That's
it.
the whole. That's the whole movie.
That's the whole done.
How are we gonna beat the shark?
I don't know. Stab it when it comes at you.
I don't. Yeah, dude. Like, there's only one way to
Get out of
Yeah.
the water. You solve the whole problem.
you
Just
solve
get out.
everything. Now, that being the case here, in the foreseeable future, here's what I imagine Shark Week being. Right. We're going to get a lot more documentaries that are pretty much similar, if not the same. Because I remember when they came out, when Shark Week started becoming like more and more popular, the documentaries had a lot of diversity, where they maybe have talked about individualized sharks. They may have talked about like the attacks. They may have talked about the reason, the what behind the why, right?
Yeah.
And what I see now is more like shark fun facts that, Discovery just puts up because they make money off of it.
Yeah, they do.
So I
and
don't
they do.
see honest advancements in the actual documentaries themselves. What I see is a lot more people taking interest. And I think that's really where it's going to be, is people take interest in sharks, and they're going to start finding really cool shit. That's going to be kind of what leads to those new discoveries.
You know what they got to do? They got to throw Jeremy Wade on a boat on Animal Planet and fucking send him out to the middle of the ocean, see how many sharks you can get. All the species. And then manhandle them by hand and then show us each individual tooth and explain everything. That's what will get good ratings.
Yeah.
Jeremy Wade. I'm telling you, bro. Jeremy Wade's the shit. River Monsters, they canceled that show because there was no more rivers in the monsters. Or there was no more monsters in the rivers. Whatever. I stand by it. I
Yeah.
stand by whatever I said. Same
Yeah.
thing.
He had that fucking dog in him, and all he did was do that, and he loved doing it.
Yeah. Dude, throw him out into the middle of the fucking ocean, bro. He'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
But look at this bull shark, bro.
But he always caught the thing too. Like, in every episode, he was like, "I caught what this was."
Yeah, I caught it. I was able to do it.
He caught it. There was episodes where there were fucking like fish that were like as big as a village of people.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, I caught this. Look at this thing. This thing gets huge, and it's an invasive species here." So he taught you about this thing while he was fucking catching them. And I think that's honestly what they should do, because there's documentaries out there that do that.
Yeah.
For the most part, I love the shark attack videos that go back into the past and kind of talk about what had happened during these shark attacks. Like, because there's only a handful where the people actually die.
Yeah.
But there's more where people get attacked and lived.
Yeah.
And I think when they go back and talk about the ones like, hey, what happened? What can we do to avoid shark attacks? Like, how can this, go on and stuff like that? Those are the documentaries I think are really cool, because they have something that they teach you.
And going back to the whole thing, like, I know it was a joke about Jeremy Wade, but that's another thing that he would do. He would capture the fish, and after the fight with the fish, after he explained everything to you, he'd let the fish recover and be like, hey, it's recovering. It needs to recover because it just did a huge ordeal while it was being caught. Imagine if you did that with sharks. And you have literally Jeremy Wade explaining to you, or whoever, a specialist.
The shark has to recover. It
Has to
calm
recover.
down. It has to go through, and then we have to go through.
And we have to
that's what
stay
I-
in
that's
constant
what I love.
motion to make sure it's to make sure it's okay. So we have to stay in constant motion with the ship as it recovers, and then show you letting it go, and then be like, wow, that
Yeah.
shark did this and blah blah blah, and what it
Look at its
contributes.
look at its behavioral patterns.
Yeah.
Look at how big this one is. Like
Right.
this is what it does to attract mates. No, we don't know how they actually mate, which is it's one of those things that
Or
like
we do, or we don't.
however this works. But it's just fucking wild to think that we could actually have known some of the things that we didn't know as kids, be brought up by like generations and generations of people who are fans of this now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because remember, I mean, the whole reason why Sharknado took off is because they released during Shark Week.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things that it's like, yeah, shark exploitation does earn its spot as being thorough. It's not a stupid trend. I know we talk about fads and we talk about things like that, but it's been proven that sharks sell.
Yeah, it does. I agree.
I think that's it for this episode. I think
Sounds
we
good
put
to
a
me.
nice little fish hook in that.
Cool. Enjoy your guys' Shark Week for the summer, and remember, if you go by those beaches, be careful.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.
See you.